To the Governor, our Chief Justice, Mr. Speaker, Senators, Representatives, our federal delegation, tribal governments, our professional and amazing staff, and family and friends who are watching and who are gathered here today. Let's just reflect on that for a few seconds. Gathered here today. What a blessing, and what a celebration. You know, this is such a handsome group. What if you all indulge me? You guys okay if I just take a selfie real quick? 1 second. Okay, smile. Awesome. Don't worry, I'll text that to all of you. I have 4 Gen Z children who will for sure mock me if I try to curate my own selfies and they don't meet their standards. And I still have no idea about TikTok. We've gone through so many challenges during the pandemic, but here we are. At this moment, gathered here together, the 82nd Legislative Assembly in service to the people of Oregon. Let's take stock of who is here on this floor today. First, in the Senate, we have borrowed some amazing talent the past couple of years from the House chamber. And for the rest of you House members, feel free to come on over. The water is warm. Sorry, Mr. Speaker. But still, 8 of our 30 senators haven't been to an in-person joint session. In the House, 40 of your 60 are brand new or haven't been in present form in a joint session before. From the outside, folks might say this presents a challenge. I say it's an amazing opportunity. We get to hit refresh and question how we have always done things. Just because it's the way it has always been done doesn't mean it is the way that it has to be done. And who are we? Who is here? As I've learned your stories and how you find your way to legislative service, it is absolutely incredible. Just let me give you one example. My state representative and my good friend Daniel Nguyen, part of an historic movement in the history of this country for Vietnamese representation. And we celebrate diversity in all ways: age, experience, race, gender, personal background, and professional life. We have returning veteran legislators, and we have a whole new cadre ready to offer their ideas, their knowledge, and their perspectives on a vast range of policy and budget challenges. We have leaders from across Oregon ready to make progress, from Aloha to Athena to Ashland, from Kaiser to King City to Klamath Falls, from Tillamook to Troutdale to the Dalles, focusing on our common purpose to be of service to Oregonians. In the last 2 sessions, the Oregon Legislative Assembly, in partnership with our governor, has a proud legacy of accomplishment. But we were removed from a cornerstone of the rich legislative experience. An experience that depends upon civility, building relationships that span our demographic and geographic and political differences, and that spark of spontaneous connection that really only happens here in this sacred Capitol building. I have revered this institution for half of my life. As an intern, a staffer, an advocate, a senator, and now with the honor of being a presiding officer. I'm thrilled to have had the chance to work more closely with each of you in our democratic process. And as Senate President, I have a responsibility to honor our traditions, but also an obligation to work with each of you to break new ground and try new approaches so that we can together make Oregon better and stronger. In just over 1 week, the Senate, the House, and the governor will jump into the work of the 2023 regular session. And on day 1, the voters have asked us to tackle some thorny issues impacting their lives and the lives of their neighbors. Today, we will hear from Governor Kotek and Speaker Rayfield that affordable housing and homelessness is a top issue, and the Senate will answer the call to continue our progress to solve Oregon's housing and homelessness crisis in partnership with our local communities. We will continue to build a behavioral health system that works for Oregon and provides real treatment options to our fellow Oregonians who are falling through too many cracks. And that includes helping Oregonians find and build careers in behavioral treatment services. The climate crisis is here. Year after year of droughts and wildfires, we need to keep stepping up our ability to find solutions, building on recent investments in water infrastructure and drought relief and wildfire prevention. We will not turn our backs on our rural communities. And whether your family can trace your lineage to time immemorial, or to a wagon train, or you came here with your parents or as an adult, Oregon is an amazing place that attracts people from all over the country and all over the world. It is our collective job to make sure Oregon remains vibrant as we build opportunities for success for the next generation, and not just importing talent, although we are welcome. Doing our part in building and supporting careers right here. It's building success for our students of all ages to access career training and post-secondary education to achieve launch velocity out of poverty. And we will be aggressive in pursuing federal funds to support our own investments in transportation and green energy and solidify our strong commitment to Oregon's innovative manufacturing and semiconductor industry. We need a pipeline not just to a job, but to careers in high-needs fields of nursing and education and childcare, and providing support to our seniors and disabled Oregonians. Finally, there are 3 fundamental principles that I will use to approach this work. First, my door is always open, so House members, please come over to our side of the building as well. The second is that good ideas come from everywhere. And third, as my grandmother used to say, there was always room for kindness. And whether you've served for over 2 decades or just going on a little over 2 hours, I admire and respect your dedication to Oregon. I look forward to serving with you and to honor your service in the 82nd Legislative Assembly. And thank you to Governor Kotek for stepping up and serving the state. Thank you.